is Tara. I go to University of Massachusetts Amherst, and I did the fall semester in Florence, Italy, with FUA.
Can you give some tips on surviving the first 2 weeks on site?
Yeah, honestly, just have a lot of patience with yourself. It is a lot of learning very fast, especially if you're going to a country that has a different language. I remember trying to figure out in like my very first day, like how to buy shampoo, like what the word for shampoo was. You also might not have a SIM card, so Google Translate might not be as helpful as you previously thought. So just be patient because you're going to be learning a lot, and it will take at least 2 weeks to kind of feel like you're in the groove of things somewhat. And just keep saying like yes and socializing with people. It really helps just trying to like get out and do stuff with a lot of different people in the first 2 weeks. Because once school starts, it really slows down. So
What did your day to day look like on your program?
yeah, my day to day, it was pretty relaxed. Where I was kind of like in the heart of the city. Florence was super walkable. So I would get up, I would go to a cafe, because you could get breakfast and a cappuccino for like less than €5, which is not the case here sometimes. So that was nice to take advantage of. Do some homework, go to class, and then usually I would like go with my friends, kind of have like a pre-dinner hangout, probably at a cafe, whatever. It was a big part of the culture there. Just kind of like take some time to yourself after work. I would travel a lot on the weekends, so I really just tried to take it slow during the week.
How are your classes compared to classes in the US?
The biggest difference for me was the length of time I was in class. So usually, like my schedule here at UMass, a lot of my classes at most are like an hour, 15 minutes. All of my classes in Italy were at least 3 hours long, but they usually only met once a week. So it was a very tedious sometimes being, an hour and a half in and you're still sitting in the same seat and you're going to be there for another hour and a half. Um, but it made it really, really easy to travel on the weekends because you kind of have all your stuff streamlined. You could go home, bang out your homework, and then you're kind of free for the rest of the time. They're very friendly. They definitely liked to jump straight into whatever you were doing. I know, especially learning Italian, like they kind of almost treat you as if you already have a baseline for it because you're surrounded by it so much. So they really like to just jump right into it. Um, Whereas here, sometimes it's a little bit more of a tiptoe and remember this and going back to, stuff that like foundational stuff.
Can you tell us more about your housing and commute to school?
So I was stayed at the social hub in Florence through CIS, which was basically, quote unquote, like a student hotel. So I was living in a hotel, which was a little odd. It was a little bit of a Zach and Cody vibe, but it was really nice because then there was a lot of amenities. There was a kitchen I could use. Everything was kind of provided because they focused on study abroad students. But what I really liked about it was so easy to like just hang out with the people in the CIS program because a lot of the people I met who were in apartments, if they had some issues with their roommates, they felt a little bit more isolated. It was a little bit harder to find, events or activities to like go and meet people. Whereas I could go walk around the lobby or walk around the kitchen and see some of my friends pretty much every time I went. So that was really nice. It was a 15-minute walk to class from there. It was a 15-minute walk to the main train station. So it was just very, very accessible.
What was your favorite excursion?
So I went to the opera as an excursion. I was a theater kid in high school. I love musicals and stuff, and it's always, always, always been on my bucket list to see an opera. But especially in the US, it's a lot more inaccessible. It's kind of something you kind of have to like know a lot about to get into, and even then, it's like pretty expensive. So as soon as I saw that they were offering that, like I jumped right in on it. Um, and I kind of accepted. I'm like, it's going to be all in Italian. I'm probably not going to understand it. I'm just excited to, be in the theater and get this on my bucket list. And then we came in and it started. and it had subtitles above the stage the whole time in Italian and in English, because I guess a lot of people don't understand what's going on anyways. So it was kind of a win-win because I got to see it, but I actually understood what was going on, which was really cool. And they took care of everything as well, like the transportation, the ticket. I just kind of had to show up and enjoy it.